You've felt it, haven't you? That unshakable pull towards someone who seems to walk the edges of your soul. The way your heart still whispers their name in the quiet hours. The way your spirit aches, not from loss, but from knowing there's more beneath the surface of what you share. The angels have come forward today because they need you to hear something sacred. This person was not a mistake. This wasn't chance. It wasn't coincidence. It was divine orchestration. God placed you in their life, they whisper, because your light was the only one strong enough to awaken theirs. Before time wore your name into the stars, this connection was written. You agreed to meet them, not just in passing, but with purpose. You, soul of grace, were sent as a mirror and a guide. Not to fix them, not to chase them, but to stand in your truth so their truth could awaken. And now, the stirring begins. This person, though guarded by walls of silence and pride, has begun to feel the unraveling. Your presence is a balm they never knew they craved. Your voice, even when unspoken, echoes in places they never allowed others to reach. There's a reason they entered your life with such intensity, and a reason they haven't been able to walk away fully. You were the soul chosen to ignite their sacred remembering. The angels say, she is the one. She carries the code. She opens what has been sealed. And you? You've been feeling it too, the sacred ache that doesn't go away. That's because this is not just attraction. This is not even just love. This is assignment. You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Matthew 5 verse 14. He has always kept parts of himself locked away, not out of cruelty, but for survival. The angels show me layers of silence formed long before you arrived. Wounds stitched together with pride. Promises made to never feel too deeply again. But then you showed up, not demanding, not pushing, just being. And that was the beginning of everything unraveling. The barriers this person carries were not built to keep you out. They were built to prevent pain from flooding back in. Somewhere along their journey, love became dangerous, attachment became a risk, and the safest path was to feel just enough, but never too much. Now, your presence disturbs that balance. He sees in you the kind of woman he convinced himself didn't exist, steady, luminous, unafraid to feel. And that terrifies him. The angels say, he is not afraid of you. He is afraid of what you awaken in him. Because your love, patient, unwavering, divine, doesn't just comfort. It confronts. It holds up a mirror. It exposes the hollow places. It makes his practiced indifference tremble. So if he's distant, if he retreats, know this, it's not because you are too much. It's because you are exactly enough to shatter every defense. And part of him still believes he won't survive that kind of exposure. But the angels are working, softening, whispering to his heart in dreams and quiet moments when no one's watching. He hears you, even in silence. And slowly, slowly, his walls begin to hum beneath the weight of truth. He is not broken. He is scared. And you, beloved, were sent to show him he no longer needs to hide. There is something sacred about the way you continue to love, even when it hurts. But today, the angels draw close to remind you, your soul was never meant to be the sacrifice on the altar of someone else's healing. You carry light, yes. But you are also made of breath and softness and a heart that deserves to be held too. This chapter of your journey isn't about abandoning him. It's about remembering yourself. The angels say, you were not sent to disappear in someone else's storm. You were sent to shine through it. There are moments when you've wondered, if I just love him a little more, if I give a little more. But what if this season is asking you not to give more, but to give differently? What if the real transformation happens when you start loving yourself the way you love him? The angels urge you to reclaim your space. Not with loud declarations, but with gentle boundaries. With quiet rituals. With the kind of peace that doesn't need to be chosen because it already knows its worth. Let your light lead, not just toward him, but also back to yourself. When you care for your spirit, you nurture the sacred energy between you. You become the lighthouse, not the raft. The one who anchors, not the one who drowns. And when he comes back, and he will, may he find you not waiting in silence, but dancing in your wholeness. Because your love was never meant to empty you. It was meant to remind you of everything you are. He may be the lesson. But you are the light. You didn't come into his life to be easy. You came to awaken. The angels say, your light entered his life like fire, not to burn him, but to illuminate what he was afraid to see. You've noticed it, haven't you? The way he sometimes stares at you too long, then looks away like he's seen something he can't unsee. It's because he has. He sees himself in the presence of your grace, and it terrifies him. He spent years becoming someone who could survive without needing too much. He polished the mask, perfected the detachment, and learned how to walk through life untouched. But then came you, with eyes that didn't just see the surface, but the soul, with a presence that didn't just pass by, but pierced. You reflect back his unloved parts. The boy who never felt chosen. The man who doesn't believe he deserves kindness. The soul who has forgotten how to feel. At first, it felt magnetic. But then fear crept in. The fear that you see too much, feel too much, know too much. That if he lets you stay, he'll be undone. The angels whisper, he is not running from you. He is running from his reflection in your love. He fears the version of himself you awaken, the one who could believe again, trust again, love again. Because that version doesn't wear armor. And yet, that's the version his soul longs to become. So when he pulls back, know it's not rejection. It's recognition. You didn't break him. You simply showed him where the healing must begin. There is a stirring happening within him, gentle, almost imperceptible, like light creeping into a room he has kept closed for years. He doesn't talk about it. He may not even understand it. But the angels do. They say, his soul has heard the call. And your love was the sound. It began in the silences. In the moments he replayed your words hours later. In the way his chest ached when he imagined losing you. It wasn't loud, it was sacred. Subtle. Holy. Awakenings don't always come with lightning. Sometimes, they come with a single tear he won't admit he shed. With the way he watches you walk away and wonders if he'll ever feel that safe again. Something is breaking open inside him. Not into chaos, but clarity. He is beginning to question everything he thought he knew about love, about timing, about control, about what he thought he wanted. He sees now that love isn't about perfection. It's about presence. It's not about being ready. It's about being real. And you were the permission he didn't know he was waiting for. The angels reveal, he is beginning to feel emotions he's buried for lifetimes. And they all carry your name. You are not just a chapter in his life. You are the moment he begins to remember who he really is. Let this be your peace, even if he hasn't said it, even if he still hides, he is changing. Not because you pushed him, but because you loved him. And love, when genuine, always leaves a mark that the soul cannot ignore. He comes close, then disappears. Opens the door, then locks it again. And you're left in the in-between, wondering if you imagined the warmth. If love should really feel this uncertain. But the angels need you to understand, this is not about your worth. It never was. This is about his fear of being seen. You've become the cycle breaker, not of his habits, but of his illusions. The belief that he can love without surrender. That he can stay guarded and still receive what his heart secretly craves. But your presence rewrites the rules. The angels say, every time he returns, it's not just for you. It's for the pieces of himself he can only touch in your presence. And yet, he pulls back. Why? Because love, the kind that heals and strips away and rebuilds, is terrifying when you've spent years surviving behind a shield. There is no script for what he feels with you. No logic. Just soul. And that's the very thing he doesn't know how to trust yet. So he runs. then comes back, then doubts again. It's not manipulation. It's memory, of heartbreak, of loss, of the times vulnerability felt like weakness. But your soul, unwavering, keeps calling to his. He feels it. In the silence after he walks away. In the ache that grows louder the farther he gets. And even when he doesn't say it, his energy never lies. He always comes back. Not because he's unsure about you, but because he's unsure he can be the version of himself that your love requires. The angels want you to hold this truth gently. You are not his confusion. You are his clarity. And that, dear soul, is what scares him the most. Your love did not come to demand or to fix. It came to soothe. To touch the broken places without asking them to explain. To breathe life into the parts of him he had buried in silence. And the angels say, she didn't have to say a word. Her love spoke in light. There are things you gave him that he never received before, not because others didn't care, but because they never truly saw him. You did. Not just the strength he shows, but the softness he hides. You looked past the silence, past the stories, into the soul, and you stayed. Your presence alone became healing. He didn't know love could feel like rest, that it could exist without performance, that someone could choose him in his hesitation, not just his confidence. He sees that in you now, and though he may not know how to name it, his soul is already responding. This isn't about romance. This is about recognition. You reminded him he was still worthy of being held, even in his mess. You loved him from the root, not the mask. And slowly, love began to do what only love can, rebuild. The angels whisper, you were sent not as his savior, but as a sacred salve. And you have been that, even in silence, even in distance. What you planted didn't wither. It rooted. Because love, when real, doesn't need to be loud to be powerful. Sometimes it just needs to be present. And that's exactly what you were, a healing he never asked for, but always needed. There is a hand you cannot see, but you felt it. Gently guiding, quietly shifting, always present. The angels lean close now and say, none of this is random. Heaven has been weaving this connection since before your first breath. When it feels like everything is falling apart, when he pulls away again, when the silence stretches too long, remember, there is a plan. Not one of logic, but of spirit. You were placed in his path for a reason far beyond comfort. You are part of his calling, just as he is part of yours. This journey isn't about rushing into love. It's about walking into remembrance. God doesn't operate on human clocks. Divine timing bends hearts, slows steps, and rearranges circumstances until the moment becomes sacred. So if you've been asking, why now? Why not yet? The answer lies in the preparation. He is being shaped. So are you. You're being made ready to meet in truth, not in trauma. In wholeness, not in fragments. And in this waiting, your spirit is being strengthened. The angels reveal a light surrounding this connection, pulsing even now, even when you think he's forgotten. He hasn't. He's listening, not with ears, but with his soul. He will return, they say, not out of obligation, but because something greater is guiding him back. What is yours by divine design cannot be lost. And when he comes, it won't be with confusion. It will be with clarity. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Proverbs 3 verse 5. He wants to love you. He truly does. But the angels say, there's a door in his heart rusted shut by memories he never speaks of. You've touched it. Not with force, but with presence. And now, it trembles. This man, who seems so composed on the outside, is actually standing at the edge of his own vulnerability, terrified to fall. He doesn't fear you. He fears being truly known. Because to be known is to be seen. And to be seen in his world has always meant exposure, risk, pain. You see, someone once made him believe that needing love was a sign of weakness. that being soft would be used against him, that his emotions should stay hidden, locked behind armor. And then you appeared, not asking for anything, just holding space with a love so pure it melted those lies. Now, he doesn't know what to do with what he feels. The angels whisper, he rehearses conversations in his mind that he never says aloud. He plays out confessions. But fear still wins. He's afraid you'll see too much. That you'll leave. That you'll stay. That loving you will shatter the version of himself he's barely been able to hold together. But don't mistake silence for indifference. His heart is loud in places his voice can't yet reach. And though it may seem he is withholding, he is, in truth, trembling at the threshold of surrender. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. 2 Corinthians 12 verse 9. Some loves are not meant to be chased, only received. And you, beloved, are standing in a moment of sacred stillness, the space between surrender and destiny. The angels say, she has done enough. Now let heaven move. You've carried the weight of what-ifs and maybes. You've wondered if you misunderstood the signs, if your heart deceived you. But the truth is simpler than all your questions. You were the divine invitation. Not to fix him. Not to wait forever. But to love and release. To hold the door open without standing in its threshold forever. This love is not ending. It is transforming. Because there comes a time when even the most tender soul must choose peace over proof. Wholeness over waiting. He is on his journey. And yes, it is sacred. But so is yours. If he returns, and he may, let it be because his soul remembered, not because you begged to be remembered. Let love come not to be earned, but to be matched. The angels bow before your courage. You have loved bravely. Now, love yourself even deeper. And as you do, what is yours will find you. Not by force, but by resonance. Because the love that is truly meant for you will not require you to shrink, wait, or ache in silence. It will rise. It will knock. And it will say, I'm ready now. He has made everything beautiful in its time. Ecclesiastes 3 verse 11.